Today, the city of Salem is a busy place with its bustling downtown and a booming commercial district. The same could not be said for the city in 2015.
With the changeover of commercial and retail going to malls and strip plazas, left the downtown area with a lot of empty areas.
But Salem Mayor John Berlin says the spirit of entrepreneurship is certainly alive in Salem today.
I think we're holding our own. A lot of new businesses have come in and expanded.
I've been in Salem here for 5 years, and today it's growing.
Julie Needs is Executive Director of the Sustainable Opportunity Development Center, or SOD Center.
We have a lot of new businesses looking to move into Salem, entrepreneurs looking in our downtown area to open businesses. We're seeing that because of a result of continual growth within Salem.
Part of that growth comes from an expansion of the Community Reinvestment Program implemented in the 90s. The new expansion now not only allows for commercial and industrial areas, but residential construction as well. Anyone building a new home in certain areas, making improvements to existing buildings, or building a new building can get up to a 15-year tax abatement.
The City Council also approved a rebate of income taxes paid by employees in either new businesses or business expansion. 50% of our income tax would be returned to the business, hopefully to be reinvested in the town.
Another reason for Salem's recent growth is the Downtown Salem Partnership. The organization was founded through the SOD Center in order to bring more attention to the downtown.
It's amazing how the vibe of the town has changed.
William Dawes is the branch manager at Fairway Mortgage and the president of the Downtown Salem Partnership.
Back in 2015 was not the most positive atmosphere, didn't have the most positive press surrounding the town. And every year it's gotten better and better.
I think mostly communication has been key, and understanding that people are kind of in it together.
Owner of Lib's Market on East State Street and vice president of the organization, Ben Ratner, says he feels it was time for a new generation to come into the city and make it their own.
Whenever you can kind of step back and say, 2 years ago we were in this situation, look at how far we've come, I really think that we're just in a segment of a larger growth of new generations of people coming in and kind of putting their own touch on the downtown.
In 2015, the organization, in partnership with the SOD Center and the Columbiana County Port Authority, installed window clings in vacant storefronts.
It changed the tide of the conversation from people talking about the vacant building itself to talking about the cling and talking about the idea of the cling and maybe tugging on the entrepreneurial spirit of the person driving by.
The partnership has also brought on monthly Second Saturday events to promote activities, events, and businesses in the downtown.
The Second Saturday events are important not only for growth of commerce in the downtown, but also practicing the lines of communication between businesses and building owners and the chamber and the city.
In addition to the growth in downtown, Salem is also seeing positive activity in its commercial and industrial sectors, which has spurred the need for a workforce training center.
We just recently signed a grant with the Appalachian Region Commission Regional Job Training Program and our partners at Omega to bring an industrial training center and a workforce initiative here to Salem. The center will be dedicated to assisting our local businesses and industries in training their workforce, and that includes onboarding new employees, continuing education, OSHA training, safety training, skills advancement. It will be a dedicated space with technology for area industries and businesses to use, but the SOD Center will also put together some curriculum.
I like to brag about our infrastructure and the fact that the voters in Salem did vote for a 5-year, 1/4% tax to help pave streets. That money, approximately $6 million, will be raised in total, has gone toward the paving of close to 40 miles of the 60 miles that we do have in Salem.
All these improvements are attracting more people to the city.
The downtown, as you see when you walk down the street now, is magnificent. And just the beginning, by the way.
Developer Scott Cahill and his wife Lisa bought the Courtyard building in 2013 and began renovating it the next year. Since then, 24 businesses have called the building home.
Courtyard Square was a manifestation of a plan that was drawn up for the city on how to revitalize a downtown that had the issues that Salem then had. And Courtyard Square is effectively 100% occupied. We only have 2 spaces left that aren't occupied, and that's only because I haven't finished them yet.
Another building that's seeing new life is the Timberlanes complex, which sat vacant for 7 years, up until 2012.
I kind of thought that it may one day be demolished, and that probably wasn't out of the question. But then Brook and Brandy Pigeon went ahead and purchased it in 2012. And since then, the renovations that have taken place have kept the Timberlanes as, you know, the same structure that it was. All the remodeling and renovations have been mostly cosmetic.
The Timberlanes complex now houses the Stables Inn and Suites, Bone Shakers Lounge, and the Grand Ballroom Banquet Hall. Jacqueline Bader is hotel manager. She says with the help of the Timberlanes complex, she thinks that Salem could become more of a tourist attraction.
We're able to, you know, house people and give them lodging so that they can experience Salem for a couple of days. It gives people the opportunity then to make this more of a destination.
When you have a person come forward like the people that purchased the Timberlanes complex and have improved it, opened the motel back up, the restaurants that have faith in the local community, you just can't explain how much that means to having people come into the town and actually look around and say, well, this is a place that I'd like to live. So we're very happy when entrepreneurship takes place. It's a spark that sometimes is missing for quite a few years, but seems to be alive here in Salem today.
On tomorrow's Daily Buzz, we continue our Revitalize Salem coverage and learn about the city's community organizations. You can read more in the August issue of the Business Journal out now. Click the subscribe tab to order your copy today.